To wake up in the morning to the quiet of the cove and hear Aunt Bessie talking to herself, and to hear poor Uncle John mumbling wishes to O'Nell, it made me feel like everything was fine. I was born down by the water, it's here I'm gonna stay. I've searched for all the reasons why I should go away, but I haven't got the thirst for all those modern day toys, so I'll just take my chances with those saltwater joys. Following a little brook as it trickles to the shore in the autumn when the trees are flaming red, kicking leaves that fall around me, watching sunsets paint the hills, it's all I'll ever need to feel at home. This island that we cling to has been handed down with pride by folks who fought to live here, taking hardships all in stride, so I'll compliment her beauty, hold on to my goodbyes, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys. How can I leave those mornings with the sunrise on the cove and the gulls like flies surrounding Clayton's wharf? Platter's Island wrapped in rainbow in the evening after fog, the ocean smells are perfume to my soul. Some go to where the buildings reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarming faceless crowds, so I'll do without their riches, glamour and the noise, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater toys. Some go to where the buildings reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarming faceless crowds, so I'll do without their riches, glamour and the noise, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys.
Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have Western Elf Volunteer Appreciation Reception, Kindergardens visiting the fire hall, Town Council Report. Please stay tuned for these stories after this. Try your luck and play TV Bingo, sponsored by the LOL. Cards are 6 for $5 and can be bought from any LOL member or in most stores around town. On Monday, the Western Elf held their annual Volunteer Appreciation Reception at the Calder Elf Care Center lobby. The Regional Manager of Volunteer Resources, Beverly Titford, hosted the event. First up was Lori Porter to thank all the volunteers.
Thank everybody for all your time and volunteered over the past year or so. It certainly makes a difference in the life of our residents, for sure. And just to say thank you. And I also brought the cardiac monitor that works. Just to let you see the money from the gift shop. It was some of the money was donated, and bought the cardiac monitor. And that's a portable machine. If somebody comes in with heart problems, we'll hook them up with all these little gadgets and watch on the screen what's happening. similar to, I guess a lot of people get an EKG done, but this gives you a continuous monitoring of your heart, so you can watch the activity of it. And it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it's so portable. And nursing staff, then I went back to the consultant side to say as well, and much appreciated it is. So, thank you.
Then Mrs. Titford got up and gave her thanks.
Each year when I do this, I always struggle and try to find something different to say. I mean, how many ways to say thank you? But I guess for me, it's an honor. I've been doing this now 10 years. And each time that I do a recognition such as this and come to Virgil, I feel like sometimes it's my first time. I'm overwhelmed by the support that you give to your site here. It's amazing that people in this community still pull together. And a lot of the faces are the same that I see year after year. So for the 10 years I've been coming, a lot of you have seen my face and I've seen yours, and I have to tell you, it's a privilege and an honor to be part of it. I guess I'd like to say thank you on behalf of our senior management, our board of trustees, the staff, the residents, most importantly, for all the work that you do and all that you give back. I think it's really important, and sometimes people say, well, I don't do very much. It's the little things that make a big difference. I remember one lady at one recognition said, I feel really bad being here. I only get socks for the gift shop. And when I was talking to the gift shop manager, she said, Beverly, that lady knits about 60 pairs of socks for us a year that sells for $10 a pair. So I'm not counting her time and everything else. I mean, when you stop and think about it. So in her mind, she was thinking, I'm only doing a little thing, but it was a really big thing. And the money's raised in the gift shop, stays for your facility, stays for the residents of your community, and makes this community a better place. I got a little poem here that I wanted to read, and it says, like ripples in a pond. We thank you for all the great things you do. Large and small, they all have meaning to the families you help and to us. One act can make all the difference in the world. Like ripples in a pond, kindness spreads outward, reaching and touching others, and can change a life forever. The smiling faces we see say it all. Thank you all. You truly are our stars. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Reverend Ballas said a blessing, and a lunch was served.
In a world where many live in fear, we give you thanks for the peace that we enjoy. In a world where many live alone, we give you thanks for friends and for fellowship. In a world where many live with hunger, we give you thanks for the food that is before us. We ask you to bless this food to our use. And bless us as we serve you and serve others. And we ask it in Christ's name.
There were approximately 56 people in attendance. Mrs. Titford also explained a little about the gift shop.
The shop opened back in 1999-2000, and it's totally run by all volunteers within the community. And it's usually open from 2 to 4 each day. And the volunteers come in, and all the items that are here, a lot of them are donated by people in the community. We're looking for some volunteers to assist us in making sure the gift shop is kept open. All the monies that are raised in the gift shop is kept for the facility here at Calder Healthcare. And for example, the monitor that was purchased tonight. So if you have a spare hour in the week and you can find some time to come volunteer, you can come talk to Jeanette Han here at the site, or call Sheila Oxford, who is our gift shop manager. And again, like if you're crafty or if you knit or anything like that and you'd like to donate some knitted items or craft items, we'd love to have them. So just drop by the site, and remember, by supporting the gift shop, you're also supporting the community and the residents in the community. Thank you.
On Tuesday, Mrs. Penny's kindergarten class visited with the fire department. They all got on the fire van and went around Virgil. They gathered at the fire hall where firefighters Levi Rose and Louis Standing showed the class different things used by the firefighters. Each student had turns using some of the equipment.
Smoke. What does smoke do to us? We can't breathe because we don't have it. The only thing that firefighters have around, the other ones do that thing what's called, it's called a green red light, right? You can see that thing here, the fire, you can see that, right? Okay? I'll show you. Yeah, we'll go now. That's the man. That's not even scared of, is it? You gotta put it on, we can still be scared. Now, who wants to be an elephant?
Okay, we'll take turns now. Daniel, look at the camera now. Whoa, you're an elephant. See, Sarah?
We don't want to be an elephant.
Yes, there you go.
I think it's just for you. Is it heavy for you?
You can just put yours on.
Yeah. It's like a gift pack. It don't look like that. It looks like a backpack.
It looks like a backpack, doesn't it? Oh. What now? Are we going to be scared of Mr. Rose when he gets it on?
Who's inside the mask? Me, right? It's just me. You're not scared of me, are you? No.
You look like a silly big elephant.
Yep.
Oh. I'm a silly elephant. You give me a silly elephant. You like to play game. You got to play it.
It's all good.
You've got air in there, you can breathe.
Take a deep breath.
Can you hear him breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Are you scared of me?
Yeah.
No, are you scared?
No.
Scared, are we? One at a time, please, all right? Just one at a time, yeah?
I don't want to
Go
try.
here.
Let's go away from that.
No, girls, come up, please. I'd like for you to participate. You're just going to be
Whoa.
feeling. Well, you can just take your glove off for a minute. There you go.
You want that.
How's everything tomorrow?
Mayor George Reed stopped by the studio and gave his town council report.
Good evening. We had a council meeting on October the 15th. And here are some of the things that we report on council business on that meeting. The last time I reported to you, I told you that we were going to have a meeting with Dan Hines, who's the regional manager in Western Newfoundland for the government, municipal government, for the provincial government, dealing with municipal affairs. And we had a meeting with him, Dan Hines, and and also in attendance was Wayne Manuel. Now, Wayne Manuel is the engineer consultant for the town. Of course, the full meeting, which was a couple of hours long, we talked about the water plant, the new water treatment plant. And they gave us basically what I wanted was a tentative schedule on when the work was going to get started, of course, and a completion date. So they gave us best of their knowledge, according to them, they gave us a schedule on how the work was going to take. It was going to unfold from here on in. And here's what they said. By late December, the tender should be given to the municipal affairs by our engineers by late December for approval. Of course, they would have to look at it and scrutinize it, and hopefully by mid-February, the tender will be lit. They figured it will take between 8 to 10 months to do phase 1. So therefore, that would take us to the end of 2008. Of course, in the meantime, throughout 2008 and on the tail end of 2008, phase 2 would kick in, and that means that we would have the okay to get the tank ordered and built, and they figured that the tank would be installed by spring of 2009. If all this works on schedule, they figured that the water should be running from the new plant by the summer of 2009. Of course, we on council will try to keep them to that schedule, hopefully to advance it if they can, but that's the schedule at least we will be trying to keep them to. And you can, of course, you can keep that in your mind, and from time to time I'll be giving you updates. And if you're not pleased with the way it's going, then certainly let council know about it, and let Dan Hines know about it, and the engineers, and your government representative, of course, which is Mr. Calvin Parsons, who is now re-elected to the new Liberal opposition, I guess you would call it. So make sure that if you're not pleased with the schedule of what I've just said to you, if that schedule is not taking place on time, I certainly would appreciate if you would complain to the council and complain to these other three people that I've just mentioned. And between us all, we might be able to make sure that this do come in on schedule and not be delayed for any longer. Well, we've had some talk with the federal government to tell us this National Marine Conservation Area is moving forward slowly. Of course, I can't say anything more than that. Definitely snail's pace. If there's anything move slower than a snail, then that's the pace we're moving on this National Marine Conservation Area. The ferry terminal, we are told that the tender closing for the ferry terminal is October the 17th. I guess that'll be probably gone by the time you hear this. And they hope to have the terminal completed by Christmas. The brush cutting on the Burgess Road, of course, you all know that's been taking place. Again, very, very slow. We've complained to Sir McCarthy, who's regional manager for the Department of Transportation in this region. And he tells us that this guy's a new contractor and he's just getting into the business and he's a bit slow at it, and he started off with the wrong equipment, and of course, of all the excuses that he can come up with, we heard him. And but he told us now that he's been checking on this guy for at least 3 to 4 times since we complained about it, and hopefully that they'll get it done in due time. But certainly another one of these things which is taking a very, very long time to do. He also said that they hope to get 60 to 70% of the brush cleared with this contract. That was news to me because I was under the impression that they were going to do all of the brush clearing on the road in this contract. So if you're not pleased with that, like I mentioned last time in my news report, it's a good idea that you can also complain to Sir McCarthy and the Department of Highways. Well, we've got some signs installed for the school zone on the road. One is just by BBS here, just outside of that. There's a school zone sign, and one up by Bed and Breakfast. These signs, they have 20 kilometers. I've been told that this 20 kilometers applies between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on school days. So this might be something that you were wondering about. And so that's what I've been told. It applies between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on school days. Please try to keep your within that 20 kilometer, or because we don't want to have any accidents. Not even one. We haven't had any accidents in our school area, and that I know of, and hopefully we don't have one. Well, if you've been up around the dump up there, the car dump and our own dump, you'll notice that we've got a lot of scrap cars or vehicles up there, and there's a lot of stuff in the dump that they call white trash. In other words, all the washers and dryers and stoves and all that stuff. We've been continually trying to get someone to come out and take that away. To date, we haven't had any success. The town manager has been working at it for the past couple of years. I think the last time they were out here was 2005. So he's continuing to work at that, but getting someone to come down and take it is not as easy as it sounds. The town manager and the town foreman, Mr. Clayton Mead, they're going to go to or attend a water safety workshop in Stephenville on October the 25th. The council is going to get some work done on the fire hall. It's going to build a new entrance to the fire hall to eliminate these stairs that you have to climb in now going into the present entrance. Some people might say that it's been there a long time and not many accidents have happened. But a number of people have fell down these stairs, and probably more people have fell down than have indicated, because usually when you're coming down these stairs, sometimes you're not in the same condition you are when you're going up. You know, we're trying to eliminate the possibilities there of having a major accidents and really hurting yourself coming down these stairs. So they're going to put in a new entrance. Hopefully it won't be as steep, or they won't have so many steps to it. And I think that's going to start this Monday. I want to thank the people for phoning in about leaks that they've seen around town. It certainly has helped council to speedily get at that work and get it done. I'm sure if you've been observant this summer, you've seen more leaks repaired than we ever thought possible that we had. Of course, some of them have been probably ongoing, but some of them, of course, been new also. So we thank the people for phoning in and letting us know that they seen water where they haven't seen it before, or if they have seen it before, then it's something that's continuous there and should be reported. So please continue to let the town manager or the town foreman know about these possibilities of leaks. Deputy Mayor Dave McDonald and Councillor June Escott and myself will be attending the convention, the yearly convention of the municipalities of Newfoundland and Labrador. That's in around the middle of November. We will be attending that convention, representing this town. And that was the gist of the work that went on at that meeting. Thank you very much. Have a good week and good night.
This concludes our programming for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.